I'm in love, but I'm lazy. So won't you ramble on? Oh, Ramblecast, you are driving me frantic. Sail across the Atlantic, so you can ramble on. Ramblecast, roll back to me. There you go.
Woo!
I think that was your best one to date.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's your best one yet, dude.
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, thanks.
Nice. That could be the one we would play every week.
Yeah, and
I messed up
on
there at the end,
and
but
on
sure.
Jay's anniversary too.
Yes. So what is it? It's Jay's 13th year of podcasting.
Yeah, 13th year of Jay and Jack Productions, whoever Jay is. I don't know who that is, but congratulations for 13 years, though.
So it's 13 years.
I guess just wherever that's the first time he put it up on LinkedIn.
Okay, because I know we started October 1st, 2005. So I guess that's right. Let's do the math.
Wow.
When the first Lost podcast came out, we had 60 listeners. 60, and I'm like going,
That's pretty good for a first episode.
And now you have like 1 million people saying, I listened to your first episode. I'm like going, 60? Holy crap, 60? 60 people are listening to us? That man. And now
now we're back at 60.
Yeah, if I was doing the Ramblecast,
We're back at 60.
I think we're up to 70.
Yes.
Anyway, happy anniversary, Jay Glapfelder.
And Jack.
And me. I guess we should have asked Jay to be on the show, but
Who? Wait, who?
yeah, exactly.
Okay, guys, it's my anniversary. Let's keep it short.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
I gotta go. Actually, I think he's been under the weather lately, hasn't he? So I think Colleen said that.
He was last week or something like that.
Yeah, tuberculosis or something.
I don't know.
Okay. Well,
We go by the consumption in the South. You know?
yeah, the consumption.
I don't know. We have to but our Ramblecast YouTube feed has 48 subscribers now.
Oh,
48. Pretty good, huh? 48. 48. No one else going to speak.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
47.
Is it 47?
Maybe
random numbers. Maybe it was 47. I don't know. Anyway,
sorry. I keep trying to mute my mic so that the beeping won't go off.
We talked more before we recorded than we are right now. You guys all talked out. Is that the problem?
Yeah, we're all talked out. Yeah, we did talk it out. We worked out.
I'll tell you, I'm tired. I am exhausted.
Oh yeah.
It has been a whirlwind of a week for me. That's for darn sure.
Tell us about it.
I shared with you guys. My house is on the market as of yesterday.
Nice.
So we had done a tour, an open house, not even open house, a scheduled viewing like a couple of weeks ago of this house in our town that we looked at, and it just was just outside the price range that we were looking at, and there was some stuff that probably had to get done to it. And in my mind, I was like, man, if that was like $15,000 to $20,000 less, I would consider putting an offer on it because it's just it's a cool place, nice, a lot of room, a lot of space, and it's a much newer home than I have now.
Well, but the grand scheme of things, 15,000 is that much for a house? I mean,
no, that's. I mean, that was the difference. That was my cost. But right now, the market which we're in here, it's crazy. Like typically, houses on the market don't last more than a week,
right?
If they're in the right price range, and I knew this house was overpriced by about $15,000, and we didn't want to go in lowball because the lowball offers right now in this market and where I live are just don't even get looked at.
Oh,
so we kind of held the offer a bit, and then I'm at work on Friday of last week, and my boss's boss was in, and I was just talking to him about the whole process, things we're looking at. I told him about the house that we saw. He's like, "Oh, well, what's the number that you're thinking of? If that would make you say yes?" I'm like, "Well, if it's about $15,000 to $20,000 less, I would say let's go throw an offer at it." He's like, "Show me the house." Blah, blah, blah. So we go into Zillow.com, real estate app, our website, and I pull up the listing.
Sponsor.
Yeah, right. I pull up the listing, and lo and behold, like literally 30 minutes before me pulling up the listing, it dropped $15,000.
Really?
So I was like, whoa. I'm like, whoa, hold on a second. And I pull out my phone. And as I'm pulling up my phone, my wife is texting me saying it dropped by $15,000. Like we all saw it at the same time. So I had my real estate agent was actually coming over that night to talk about the listing of my house. So that night she called. What's that?
I said, you're like, surprised.
Yeah, I'm surprised. You got to
change your mind.
So she, in between then and that when we saw it in the meeting, she called the other real estate agent and told her we're thinking about putting an offer out. And he said that, they've got 2 scheduled showings for Saturday, which is the next day. And then there's an open house for 3 hours on Sunday. So we're sitting at the table on Friday night. And we're like, you know what? Let's put an offer in for a little bit over what they're asking and say it is contingent through 4:00 the next day, just to try and see what happens. And they accepted it. They canceled the showings, canceled the open house that was scheduled, and they accepted our offer. But it's pending the sale of our house, which is right now my biggest stress in my life.
Well, we got 60 listeners, so someone out there.
I know. Hey, anybody wants to come up to Franklin, Massachusetts? Yeah. It is. Come on up.
It's just north of Providence. It's probably closer to Providence than Boston. So you can be outside of Providence or Boston. It's your choice.
And you can claim the Patriots. You can claim the Red Sox. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
they're both winning right now. So it's like,
So my house has been on the market for about 24 hours now, and we've got. I have an open house on Sunday. And we already have 2 private showings booked over the next couple of days.
Ooh,
so
private showings. Yeah.
You know what you should do is you should have the open house and you should be podcasting.
Yeah.
Be like, oh my god, this is someone famous. Someone famous lives here.
My house. But
you could have Nick playing the Ramblecast song.
Exactly.
Oh, there you go.
And that would just be like, oh my god, I got to have this house.
Yeah.
Chris is that's what I have been doing. But Chris is going to be stressed out. I'm sure. You're going to be more.
This is what I look like when I'm stressed out. I don't really show it.
Yeah,
I just keep it inside, which is completely unhealthy.
I can see it.
You're as cool as a cucumber, man. You're like Supreme Court judge material right there.
Goose Fabra. Yeah.
Is that
today's drawing is the credit card machine.
Did you just quickly do that really quick?
I did. It's the buttons are off, but that's because
I see Kayla got the pink taco. She posted it on Facebook.
She's very happy about that. And if you've commented and you've won, and we've mentioned it as Jack did on the very last podcast. I think it was Angela
C. I think won.
Yeah, and Drake.
Drake, yeah.
I assume that it's the Drake. So
the Drake, hate the Drake. That's from Seinfeld. Relax, people.
Feel free to go ahead and message me through Facebook if you can. Your address.
Are you just trying to get more followers?
No, not at all. So you could send it to my email, but I don't know. I don't really feel like. I feel like if you could just message me your address, I'll only send you the artwork, nothing else. I'll put you on my mailing list.
He won't be showing up at your doorstep.
I'm not going to send you anything else, but I'm putting you on my mailing list. He says.
And you got to promise him that Dan will not get a hold of your mailing list.
Oh, right. No, that's under lock and key.
Yeah. So that would be bad. Yeah, he kind of made fun of me yesterday with something, and I said, been a while since your last kill.
Are you sending via U.S. mail?
Yeah, U.S. mail.
I'm just making sure we're not gonna have an inside job from like Ed the letter carrier, kind of like holding up mail or anything.
No,
totally. Yeah.
Well,
Caleb was very happy that she got the John Lennon stamp too.
Oh yeah, nice. She was. She even messaged me about that.
Yeah,
he goes, I thought it was so cool. It had a John Lennon stamp on. I was like, yeah.
Just came out actually those stamps. So my boss is very proud of those stamps. So
it's amazing how people care about their because I had that mailbox address store. People cared so much about their stamps. I would just get basic flag stamps, and I go, I don't make any money on the stamps. I actually lose money. And they're like going, we should have every. I go, Again, I don't make any money on the stamps. He goes, you should have every stamp the post office has.
But I'm a philatelist.
I go,
I want my stamp.
I don't know what part I'm missing here. And then some guy came in one time. He threatened to kill me.
Oh,
because I didn't have a duck stamp. I go, I don't know I go, do they have duck stamp? And I guess it was a hunting stamp.
Oh.
That you get at the post office. You get a license or something like that. I go, I had no idea what he was talking about. And he goes, I should just come back and kill you. And I'm like going, I've never seen a duck stamp. I don't. So when I went to the post office, they go, oh, no, that's something you have to do to get a hunting license to kill ducks or something like that.
Well, is it like a Nintendo duck hunt thing?
I don't know. I just know I was threatened with my life.
Hey, tangent. Duck hunt. So
the video game or actual duck hunting?
No, the video game.
That's the one where they had the gun and it
So I saw someone retweeted. I think it may have been like Seth Rogen. I think that called this out. I think he was telling me that the second controller controls the duck.
Did you not know that?
I had no idea.
Wait, what? Wait, someone can be controlling the duck while you're shooting
at it?
I never knew that.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Why is this just coming out now?
It's not. It's been around. I knew that when I was a kid.
I didn't know that.
I never, ever knew that.
Yeah.
So that's a two-person game now.
Dude. Could you imagine? I wish I knew that as a kid. That would have made a game have a shelf life longer than 1 week.
Because my problem with the game was it was too easy. The ducks were just sitting ducks. So there was no sport in it really.
Right.
But knowing that you could move the ducks around?
But the player 2 controller controls the duck, apparently. Not confirmed, but apparently, according to Nick, it is confirmed.
Oh, man.
Going back to stamps, that's why I got up a while ago. The only stamps I've ever collected, the 2007 Star Wars stamps. And if you look closely, man, you can see it. They're all autographed.
Nice.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
See, you got Carrie Fisher there?
Yeah.
That'd be good on Owen and Brew's barbecue.
It would be.
Yeah, boil that up.
Can you send it to Shandy so they can talk about it?
The Star Wars stamps?
Yeah.
We just haven't had time to actually have a show away from the Ramblecast because, weekly, just to schedule,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're talking about
like I said, though.
Gotcha. I was busy drawing.
I had said to Matt, though, privately, because I got Darth Vader comics. I finished book 1. I'm about to start book 2. So that's something we can talk about.
Yeah, love to talk some Vader. So
well, it's funny because now they have forever stamps. I mean, they never change. But the thing I used to hate worse is when they would change the price of stamps.
Right. You had to get the 2-cent stamps.
You get that. I had a lady come in and buy 2. I go, the price is changing. She goes, yeah, I know. I want to get 2 rolls of stamps. I go, but the price it's going up tomorrow.
Yeah.
She goes, yeah, that's why I want to get these stamps. I go, and I kept fighting with her. So she comes in then like 2 days later and goes, I want my money back on these stamps. I go, no, why? She goes, I said, I told you it was going up. She goes, I thought I could use it at cheaper. It was like 25 cents at the time, 27, whatever it was. I go, no, I don't make any money on stamps. I'm not taking the money back for stamps. I go, what am I going to do with them? I don't want them.
All sales are final, miss. Sorry.
You're like,
this is the U.S. government. We just want your money. We don't care about it.
Actually, I would say that's probably I wasn't the U.S. government. I was independent. But yeah, the stamps. So we finally just stopped selling stamps.
Oh,
I give up. I can't take it anymore. So I stopped selling.
You gave up on the etc.
We should stop doing.
What?
Stop talking about stamps.
There are stamp collectors out there that find this interesting.
And
but I guarantee there's probably about at least 1 or 2 people who are happy that we're going to stop talking about stamps who are listening right now.
Hey, you ever had one of those scratch and stiff stamps?
Stamps, yeah.
Oh,
not a stamp.
Matt, come back.
I was going to say I never had that.
Okay, no, I've never had that either. So
the John Lennon stamp just came out, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I did. It just came out.
All right, cool.
We can move on. To other things,
So, speaking of nostalgic, my one thing I had, sort of. So last week, I don't know if it was available. I'm sure it had to be around Boston, but in select theaters, they showed it's either the 30th or 32nd anniversary of Transformers the movie was playing in theaters. And
Wait, which one?
the cartoon, the Transformers cartoon.
Cartoon. Okay,
When it came, not like the movie. Not Michael Bay. No one cares about Michael Bay.
Okay, I was going to say there's no way it's been 32 years for that.
No. So like JP and I, because we're always the super dorks about the 80s stuff, we're all like, yeah, I gotta go see it. And it was just a theater full of all late 30s to mid 40s men, just all sitting there watching Transformers the movie. But like, what made me laugh though is because it made me go like, God, what to be a voiceover actor in the 80s must have been the best thing in the world, because
they're like porn stars, man.
It's just, but all their voices, like especially the villains, they're all just different octaves of the same voice. It's just like, Megatron, you gotta go to the like, and you just start laughing. You know?
That's true.
Oh, you're laughing now, but
All spark.
Yeah, exactly.
Autobots, roll out.
Doesn't mean like how fun would that be? Exactly. And I almost tried to learn that one for the ukulele, but it's got some weird chords. I was going to like, you got the touch, you got the power. And then like there was even
is that the theme song?
That's the song. Yeah. The entire original Transformers movie.
I don't know.
Full of 80s rock. That's all it is. It's just cheesy 80s rock song one after the other. But the famous one is that one.
Yeah, and also that song was featured in Boogie Nights. So,
yes, it was.
Yeah.
Nick, have you watched the Toys That Made Us?
Ooh,
that
title sounds really familiar. I want to say I have, but
they had an entire
actually Jay talked about it when he was still on the show.
Entire episode specifically on Transformers. Was it? No. I'm sorry, it wasn't. It was a Transformers documentary that's on Netflix right now. It's a. I gotta figure out what the name of it is. Oh. It was.
Well, they
amazing.
Have one on
it was like 2 hours
for the Power of Grayskull or something like that. I keep hovering over it. Like, do I want to go down that He-Man rabbit hole?
And one as well.
So, because am I going to be the same on the other side, Orko? You tell me.
Is this from Transformers?
No, it was. It was the Toys That Made Us was the show for. That had an episode dedicated to Transformers. But they also, there's another one too that you just mentioned. There's a He-Man documentary that I just watched recently. And that was amazing to see. Like, what was so cool is like how many toys of that era were just recycled crap.
Oh yeah.
like all like these like 70s and 80s toys that didn't sell. They had the molds left over, so they said, "Hey, what the hell? Let's go ahead and
make it again. Sure,
slap a sticker on it and call it, He-Man."
Stretch Armstrong.
Well, it was like Moss Man. It was
hours of fun
covered in moss. Or
did you watch that?
I have not watched that. That's what I was saying. The cursor has hovered above that, and I've been like, "Do I want to go down?" Do it.
You do.
Yeah, watch it.
All right. I will do that. And do they talk about the spray guy too? Because I always thought that was funny. Okay.
They do.
All right.
Who's the spray guy?
I don't know. He just is that the skunk guy? Is that Skunk Or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Going back to the stamp thing, there's a lot of listeners out here that have never heard of the spray guy and stuff like that. So.
I think we're done with stamps. They pull us.
Your homework, Nick, is to watch the Toys That Made Us about Transformers.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Your homework is to watch the He-Man documentary currently on Netflix. Jack,
what's it called?
You can just sit at home and lick some stamps.
What's the He-Man doc called?
I think it's just called The Power of Grayskull.
I'll just keep people off my lawn. How about that?
There you go.
I'm the old guy. Yeah, I don't know anything about what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, I think the only documentary we really talked at length was when Jay was still. We talked about, and I think Chris, you talked about too, like the King of Kong, which was a really great documentary.
Fistful of Quarters.
Yeah, about Donkey Kong, and that was a really good documentary. And of course, that guy, the tool that had the record forever. At least he's shown as a tool in the documentary. He finally got dethroned and exposed as a fraud a few months ago.
He was.
Are we going to find out that the second controller controlled the ape or the
ape? He just sat there really and just threw barrels.
But maybe that's why. Maybe maybe there's a control thing, and you could speed up the barrels or time the barrels. Just saying, we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We just found out the duck thing, so who knows?
Well, hey, I know that they've talked about this on the broadcast, but you know that Jay got rid of Tron.
Yes,
right?
he did.
Yes.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he sold it, and he got Donkey Kong. Yeah.
Yeah, and has he gotten the Donkey Kong yet, or is it?
So he sold Tron for Donkey Kong. I mean, at least it's a better game.
That's the rumor on the street from the Ramblecast girls.
I actually prefer Donkey Kong Jr. more than Donkey Kong. I'm probably in the minority on that, but
I like Donkey Kong. Why do they have to be a guy, Donkey Kong?
Why didn't you get Asteroids or something like that?
God, that's so boring.
So I got the original Punch Out. That game was awesome.
Yeah.
Did you? I think I might have talked about this months ago too. Like the guy who just now discovered this Easter egg. No one knew about it for 30 years or 25 years.
We talked about already the second controller.
No. It's in the original Punch Out, and it's like Fight 5 or Fight 4, where it's one of the guys in the audience, one of the people in the audience. Like when he looks down,
Bull.
he looks down, and when he looks down, that's when you have to throw a certain punch, and it knocks the guy out right then.
Yeah, that was the Bald Bull fight.
Bald Bull. Sorry.
However, the arcade game I'm referring to is the regular Punch Out game.
Oh,
where you would it is an arcade console that had 2 fist joysticks or things you put your fists in.
Oh yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah,
and you had like the green outline was your character. But yeah, Bald Bull was the fight where you had to time. I think it's the same Easter egg, but I think you had to time the right gut punch to knock him down when he was charging you with a bull charge.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, one of the guys like gives it away, like looks to the left, and everyone else is looking straight. You know, it's like your thing.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing.
Well, I'm glad I know that now.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, that's what, I mean, they make that argument in the Adam Sandler movie, Pixels. You know that's what was the skill with a lot of those '80s games is that it wasn't about skill; it was about learning patterns.
Oh yeah.
Versus today, it's just like a bunch of roaming around and doing whatever you want, but there's no actual skill in playing the game.
Right.
Now or back then?
Back like there's skill like any game that came out 78 through 95 or even probably a little bit past that. Like it's a lot of those games are programs and it's about learning the patterns of the programs to make you good at the game. Versus today, it's all free form, and so you don't. It's different.
So you're saying the games today are better?
The game. Well, they're better. It depends on what you liked and don't like.
I feel like creativity and just, being able to break from the norm. I mean, sure, I get the pattern thing, but you can only play some of those games like so many times until it's like faster, again. So, anyway.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Wait, what are we? Robots?
Get off my lawn, Matt.
Hey, do you guys like beer?
Yeah, we know how you are. Faster. Yeah, get off.
I went a whole different direction on that.
Me too. Me too.
Oh boy,
that was Matt, everyone's favorite.
I know.
He doesn't know the meaning of stop.
Nope. I did want to talk about a product.
Sure.
Changing subject here. We have the
stamps.
It is not stamps. No, it has nothing to do with stamps. We got my wife wanted to get the Nest doorbell thing that it can show who's at your front door and you can talk to them. And I'm like, and the best thing about Nest, and they're not a sponsor of the show, but everything they have is so easy to put into your. It literally took me 10 minutes to hook everything up. And what it does is it shows my whole front lawn. It shows everything, the driveway and stuff. So so my wife put the app on my phone and her phone. I was charging our phones the other night. 3:00 in the morning, I look over and I'm watching something on my computer. I look over and both our phones illuminate. I go, it says, someone's at your front door. This is 3 in the morning. I go,
right.
All right, how do I go back and find it? Because I'm looking at it. There's no one at the front door. And I'm like going, oh, man, did they go in the backyard or something like that? So I'm getting ready to call 911. I'm looking, so I go, oh, hit playback. Hit playback. It was a frog. It crawled up and went in front of the camera and triggered the screen to. So, yeah, it was
pretty sensitive then.
It was clear as day though. I mean, it's at night. But
I
other
didn't know that
news-
was a frog and not a prince. It's 3 a.m.
well, I didn't kiss it.
Okay.
So it was Frogger. It was a game Frogger.
I don't cross the line.
Chris just shakes his head. He's just like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
In other Nest news, literally the day my house goes on the market, my Nest thermostat S's the bed and messed up my heating system.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I had to disconnect my Nest thermostat upstairs because although it was off, it was still telling my oil burner to send heat to the second floor. So I walk upstairs in my room, and it's probably 58, 60 degrees outside. And I walk upstairs to my bedroom the other night, and it was like a freaking rainforest. And I was like, what the hell? Of course, this has to happen on the day that I list my goddamn house.
So Nest is good 50% of the time. So if you like Nest, give it.
Nest was like they were the top dog when they first came out because they were like the first to really do a really good job of the learning or the smart thermostats, Wi-Fi thermostats, and they were marketed really, really well. They had a great product, but the marketplace for that stuff now is huge. There's so many different companies out there doing the same thing. But
well, I like it just because it's just so easy because we have the thermostats.
Yep.
And now this, and of course my wife had to get something for the living room.
Yep.
Camera. I go, why do we need one for the living room? She goes, for the grandkids. I go, well, they're not moving. I go, because Zach is in school and all we have is Alex and Ava, and they're 6 months or 7 months and 2 months or whatever they are. 8 months, 2 months. Well,
she really just wants to check on you.
I guess that's what it is. One time she did call me from work one day. She goes, who are you talking to? I go, what are you talking about? And she goes, you're talking to someone. I go, I'm not talking to anyone. And then I go, it was probably the dog or myself. I don't know. Some of my best conversations are with myself.
Same.
You could really freak her out and just start talking to a corner in the wall.
Well, we do have ghosts here.
Yeah, I know, but to talk to the corner of the wall and be like, not today. Today's not the day.
No.
And then look at the camera. So
well, I usually walk by the camera and flip it off.
I know. My wife decided to install one in our kitchen, and it wasn't a Nest, but I think it's the Wyze, WYZE. They're pretty inexpensive. They have an app. But anyway, mainly for when the kids are coming home, so that we can make sure they're in, the door's locked, or what's going on. But I know when it went in, there was a bit of I'm not really comfortable with this, now it's videotaping us.
Now you're going to see what cereal I'm eating. I don't like that.
I'll tell you, I found out that when I was listing my house and having the open house, I have my brand called Canary. It's a camera that I put right there.
Is it yellow?
It's not. It's black. But it faces the front of the house. So anytime a phone that's not associated with the camera comes in proximity, or someone opens the door and that phone's not in proximity, it gives me an alert to show me that someone's in the house, which is cool. It's a cool camera. I can't have that out during an open house. I guess it's against the law.
To film people? Yeah.
Yep. And I would never have thought of that.
No.
But it's got to come down.
The main reason I agreed to get the doorbell one, because every Christmas, someone in our neighborhood puts these Santa Claus hats on top of our mailbox stake, the top of the wood part. Mm-hmm. And I could never figure out who. So 17 years I've been trying to figure out who is doing this. and nobody will tell me, nobody knows. So now the camera is facing the mailbox.
So Jack's going to be sitting there just watching.
But I don't have to, because it'll ping when someone walks in front of the camera.
Will it ruin it for you, Jack?
No, it will. Well, unless I don't like the person.
See, that's what I mean. Look, what if it is?
What if it was Santa?
Well, because one year we didn't get a hat.
Oh,
we're at the end of the street, so
the story gets better.
So I was like, okay,
the story of revenge. Jack.
I said either they don't like us or we're just at the end of the street, and they said, I'm not walking the extra 100 feet. I don't know what it is, but so now I get, because we did find it, because I have these bricks that circle the mailbox. I have plants in it. So, cars are always hitting the mail when they're backing up. They always, because we're at the end of the street. Well, I go, hey, someone hit those bricks. Went back and watched it. Saw the car that did it. I mean, I could even get the license plate. Not that it would do me any good, but it's like, at least I know who is hitting my bricks.
Jack is like 5 years from now, like
someone hit the bricks again.
He's like, you're
Hey,
yeah.
It's a pain in the
up at my house.
Because every time they do it, they push the dirt in. I got to re-straighten everything out. I'm thinking about putting iron bars that stick out so they pop their tires when they back in.
So Jack, you find video evidence of someone hitting the bricks. What are you gonna do with it?
Well, there's nothing you can do with it.
It's not admissible.
So it just I just got to say, all right, at least I know who did it.
Mm-hmm. Take a still shot, mail it to them.
Well, if it's one of my neighbors, then I can find out.
I don't know. I hit bricks. Have you ever hit bricks, Jack? How about you? Have you ever hit a brick?
I don't think I've ever hit bricks. Now wait, am I under oath here?
Am I?
I want to be careful with this. So, as far as my well, you know what? I'll just give. I don't recall.
A brick of what?
I don't recall. It might have been a brick of heroin.
giving a little bit more. Yeah, it has to be even more non sequitur. Like, what? Haven't you picked up bricks?
But I will say this though.
Sorry, Jack. My father was a bricklayer. So.
I will say this. One of the things I used to enjoy as a kid, and this will keep me off the Supreme Court, was playing doorbell ditch.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys ever did that. You'd go and ring the doorbell, and then you'd run and hide.
Course.
And first comes up, ah! Well, I guess what am I?
Don't put the bag out with your boots again.
Yeah, my son-in-law was telling me the kids were doing it in their neighborhood, and someone had the nest. Well, they posted it on their neighborhood Facebook page, and the kids got punished by their parents. I said, so technology sucks. When I was a kid, it was either you got caught or you didn't.
Yeah.
You ever do the potato knocker?
Potato knocker.
Mm-mm.
Potato knocker was great. So you take a clothes hanger, and you wrap a string across around of a potato and have it hang down from the top of the hanger, and then you have the string be long enough so you can run across the street with it, and then you just pull the string so that potato knocks the door.
Oh, okay.
And they open the door like, what's going on?
Isn't that kind of coward's way out there?
It's more of the kids who don't like running.
we used to take our neighbor's porch lights out. And we just you get on someone's show.
Oh, you mean unscrew them? Okay.
We unscrew the porch lights and steal them, and then the whole street would. It actually worked great because then it was better for Ding Dong Ditch because it'd be dark. But people would come out and go, "How the hell did my porch light go?"
But did you at least put them in like a basket so they could put them back in, or did you just keep the bowl?
No, we had like a bag of them.
So you're a thief, yeah.
Yeah, it's like like a serial killer keeps a memento of their souvenir,
like a slide of blood. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. We kept the light.
And guys, let's not forget the fact that this is like decades ago. So those are probably those phosphorus bulbs that the Edison bulbs. Those must have been pretty
expensive,
hot.
Yeah. Well, you had to wear gloves or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like
Jack, I would not vote for you or confirm you for any type of
position. I was also going to say, Jack, you have about 13 years, I guess, as of this podcast of audio tape against you.
Oh, the married man alone would keep me from going.
It is funny when you see stuff like this on TV and you're like, wow, what's out there about me? And like all you gotta do is just listen to the Ramble/Married Man. Because I always was thankful that all of us just missed the Facebook era, and so like nothing from college is on Facebook for us.
Oh, sure.
It's like
there's some pictures from college on there.
Yeah, me too, but like it's not
nothing
like
terrible.
it is today. Yeah.
My wife will always go, because I'll tell a story about what we used to do, and she goes, and you wonder why you have such bad karma. I go, but I didn't kill anybody. I mean, it was just we joked around, we had fun. It was nothing violent.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, no, stole some light bulbs, little ring the doorbell and run. Did some other things.
I never did it, but you ever did the flaming bag of poop?
That's what I was saying. Like, don't put the bag out with your boots again.
Yeah.
I didn't do this. It was the older kids, but I was with them. There was a lady there that didn't like cats that lived on our street, and people used to think that she killed the cats. That was the rumor. So they got this fake cat and put ketchup all over it and left it on their door.
Oh, Jack.
I didn't do. I was like, I was like 10 or 11. I was just a kid. It was a teenager. Kids.
These were your idols, though. You were like, man, one of these days, I'm going to get a fake cat.
This is like a Tim story,
or maybe a dog.
Did anybody ever TP houses?
I did. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it now because it's a waste of paper, and toilet paper is so expensive.
It's so expensive.
Sure,
it's a crime just what they're charging for toilet paper.
In college, we did the poop dollar a lot.
Poop dollar.
Yeah. Jack, do you know what the poop dollar is?
That's something about putting poop on it or something like that.
Yeah, like basically, okay, so where my fraternity house was, we were the only one on this street, and it was right next to the library. And when you came down from the library, it was downhill, and we always put like a little bit of poop on the backside of a dollar, like dog poop, not human poop, but like it makes a difference. But and we would just, you stick it right there on the sidewalk for everyone to see, and it's comedic gold because you see some people just innocently pick it up and put it in their pocket, and then they realize like it's stuck to their hand. They're like,
You ever watch Workaholics?
Workaholics, no.
Oh my goodness! That's why I said poop dollar. Like that. There's a show on. I forgot what. I think maybe I'm not even sure what network it was. But it's called Workaholics, and it starred that dude who's in a few movies who's like a miniature Jack Black. I can't even think of his name. Adam something or other. You'd recognize him if you saw him. He's been in a few movies.
Adam Jack Black.
What's that?
Adam Miniature Jack Black.
Yeah, Adam Miniature Jack Black. But it's kind of like The Office, or like Office Space, but for like 20-somethings, and it's just about them partying, drinking the whole nine. And like their ongoing prank throughout the entire series is they sit on the roof of their house in California, smoking weed, drinking beers, and every once in a while in the middle of dialogue, they'll stop and just yell out "poop dollar" because someone walked. So good.
Well, the ones I remember that were the funniest were you could be like a boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatnot, and like the guy would totally see the dollar and knock his girlfriend out of the way to get the dollar, and she'd get mad because of how you knocked her basically on the ground to get this dollar, and then it's just covered in crap, so it's a lose-lose situation for that guy. And you're just like, oh my god!
You can get an Egg McMuffin for $1. You can get
you get 2 Egg McMuffins for $1, can't you?
Yeah, this is
I'm just going by the commercial they have today.
Well, and this is just sheer entertainment. I mean, this is basically reality TV in a bygone era when you didn't have as much reality TV. You had to make your own jackass.
So we were ahead of our time, is what you're saying.
It was.
I know I told this one before, is that in junior high, well, middle school for you kids, they had these little metal things in between the books. So, and they had a metal detector. If you went out, you couldn't steal the book, basically.
Oh,
yep.
Because I guess there was a lot of kids stealing books at my school. I don't know why. So what we did is we'd have to go.
Well, I mean, stealing light bulbs. Then the next thing's books.
Yeah,
I just want to read.
Well, the light bulbs.
How do I replace a light bulb?
The light bulbs are useful, but what we did is we'd have to go to like a study class or something like once a week. So of course, the friends I hung out with, we were like, "What can we do for fun instead of studying?" We take the little metal strips out and put them in kids' backpacks or in their books.
Yes.
So when they walked out of it, what are you doing? And they'd get in trouble, and we just laugh and think it was funny. That's why my wife.
Son of a gun when you're younger.
Oh yeah, but it was fun. It was all good fun. I mean, no one really got seriously hurt. At least I'm owning up to it.
Weights.
I think that's about all I did, but there was probably more of it. That's all I'm owning up to today.
So, Jack, do you know what the Devil's Triangle is?
I don't, but I've heard it's in the news.
Yeah.
It's not in Bermuda. It's not the Dragon's Triangle or what have you. It's Devil's Triangle.
Devil's Triangle. No, I don't know what that is.
I don't know. I always called it. I mean, I didn't always call it, but I always heard it called.
I always called when I was in frat school.
Yeah, no, it's the Devil's Threesome, not the Devil's Triangle. But
the Eiffel Tower.
I mean, the triangle.
Okay, Nick. When I'm about 80, I'll be a senator, and I'll have to question you when you're trying to get the Supreme Court.
In my day, we called it MySpace and not Facebook, Sonny.
We called it Friendster. It was the first thing. I would come back with it look, come on. I don't know. You do not like do you like to have sex? Everyone likes to have sex. Come on. Okay, was it Bill Maher? That's what it was like when forever ago, like when Gore came out and kissed Tipper when he was running the 2000 election, and everyone made fun of him for having that really awkward kiss with Tipper on stage.
Oh yeah,
you remember that? It turns out he didn't want to kiss Tipper,
but well, it's because you think about because Clinton, that all of that had just blown over with I'm cheating on my wife, so it was one of those over the top I'm going to show I love my wife, it was it was one of those moments where it's I have sex with my wife, I love my wife. And I just remember people making
that. He's from Tennessee. What do you expect?
He's actually from North Carolina.
So I have to read this. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I decided that I was going to go ahead and do a good Google search for Devil's Triangle.
Okay.
And what did it bring me to? Clearly, Urban Dictionary, right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
of course.
Top definition, Devil's Triangle. It's a threesome with one woman and two men. It's
right.
important to remember that straight men do not make eye contact while in the act. Doing so will question their sexuality. But there have been... Hold on a second. There have been a number of additional entries recently. Number 2, Devil's Triangle. It's a made-up game of quarters with 3 cups arranged in a triangle. The rules are unknown because the inventor of the game, Brett Kavanaugh, could not explain them under oath. There's another one. Devil's Triangle. Clearly a drinking game with 3 glasses. You ever play quarters? It's like that, except 2 guys stick their penises in one woman.
All right. You said, I going back to the first one where you said you can't make eye contact. So what happens if, hypothetically, someone accuses me, if I'm there, of eye contact, well, I didn't make eye contact?
There's a few more.
Okay.
I don't think there's an umpire in this situation.
Devil's Triangle. A threesome involving 2 men and 1 woman, generally 1 man on each side of the woman who high-five each other, achieving climax, creating a triangle-type figure. Or, for Brett Kavanaugh, a drinking game with 3 beers placed in a triangle that utilizes quarters. And actually, there's a quote. It says, "Bro, that Devil's Triangle was crazy last night. I think our quarters might have accidentally touched."
Now, just a disclaimer: this subject is not.
I will.
It's universal.
Isn't that in a Friends episode, or I know it's in some television show where that happened, where it was one woman who wanted to have sex with 2 best friends that were guys, and so the guys before they go into the bedroom are trying to think of rules, and they're like no eye contact at any moment, because at that point if you make eye contact, it's like you're having sex with each other at that point, and so they're like, okay, fine, you keep your eyes closed the entire time, and they're like, well, what happens if I reach out with my eyes closed and I grasp it? They're like, eyes open the entire time.
I know what you're talking about. It sounds familiar. Maybe you're right.
I do know that show. It might be Friends.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
It seems like a conversation Joey and Chandler
would have, yeah. And I can't remember if it is or isn't.
Yeah, I think
let us know because we're clearly uneducated in these Devil's Triangle waters.
This
I
is
just, I just thought it was about quarters.
dude. There are pages and pages and pages on this.
Well, why don't you
This
post
is
a link? You can post a link on our Facebook page.
I am
The
absolutely
papers.
going to
The papers.
post a link to the Facebook page, and the episode title is absolutely The Devil's Triangle.
I like Quarters Touch.
Quarters
Quarters.
touched.
Quarters by touch.
Our quarters touched.
But the funny thing is, though, that there's the top definition, which was posted on May 11th of 2008, and then the rest is just Brett Kavanaugh stuff. So fantastic.
So someone went and found this post from 2008.
No. So
No, it's these are
Urban
entries.
Dictionary is, Jack, is that you do a Google search, you might pop up with Urban Dictionary, and it's typically
Okay.
like the slang term for dictionary, essentially, and it's actually quite reliable. So the only there it looks like there was only one entry back in 2008, and it was in reference to the threesome sex act.
You know, whoever put that entry in is like, yes.
I'm first.
For sure.
I
right?
waited 10 years for this.
But since this past week, it's now in how many pages? Oh my goodness gracious! It's got 42 entries, 43 entries.
Well,
that
let's make it
are all-
45.
We should.
Oh my!
It's a,
So
podcast.
good.
It's a podcast on the Jay and Jet Network.
It is.
We could think of something to put on there, couldn't we?
And let's see. There's also a Devil's Threesome in here too for you there, Nick.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wonder what a devil's
I-
coordinates would be.
I was listening to another podcast. Who was it?
What?
It was there. Yeah, I listen to lots of
You're
podcasts.
singing another podcast on the side?
No, like because apparently this is only like an Ohio thing or somewhere else. Like in between the sidewalk and
we're
the street,
first.
in between the sidewalk and the street, there's usually a little strip of grass.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have a name for that?
No.
Wait, what? So the sidewalk and the street, the grass?
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
the street. You have the street. The curb, and then there's
Right.
usually a strip of grass
Oh.
and the sidewalk.
In San Diego, we used to call it grass.
Yeah, but like I mean, like that's what someone was talking about, like how like certain terms mean certain things. Like, well, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was Ohio, but there's some state though that like all the people call that the Devil's Sidewalk. That's what they call it. The little strip of grass between the sidewalk and the street is called the Devil's Sidewalk because like that's where you could potentially get hit.
Okay.
What do they call the street?
The street.
I think you had a better chance of hitting the street than the devil's.
I didn't make up the term. That's just what I heard. I was like, okay.
I'm just trying to help the people in Ohio out. You're safer the devil's sidewalk than you are the street. Just saying.
Well, I don't know. My wife called it something the other day, but it wasn't the devil's sidewalk. So
we don't have that here. Our grass goes straight to this. We have no sidewalks on our street. It goes grass, curb. It's not even a curb. It's like rounded. It's like we didn't have a curb. It's like round.
Well, you live in the South. So.
I know. That's the first time I got here. I go, where's the sidewalks?
the South.
People go,
The devil's armpit.
This costs money.
What you mean a sidewalk? I go, sidewalk? Where's the sidewalk?
You got a road right there you can walk down. What are you talking about?
Well, I even said, because our road is so narrow, I said, I would gladly give up 5 feet of property to have a wider road, to have a wider street to get by. That's just me. Because it's so. Sometimes you have to stop and pull over and let the other car go.
Oh yeah, that's a way.
If people are
I just like that we've lost Chris to the World Wide Web because
it happens every podcast.
Yeah, he is totally in the zone.
I'm posting
right
that
now.
link to the patrons group as we speak.
Oh, what
We
on
talked about
the
this.
Devil's Triangle?
Yes. It's so good. I am so glad I just decided randomly to check that out because it's kind of like those web pages that post all those amazing reviews on Amazon for stupid stuff.
Right.
Like that's what this is. This is fantastic.
There's a page for stupid stuff reviews on Amazon.
Well, every now and then.
If you look up funny reviews on Amazon, you'll find stuff that's just hilarious. But there's certain products have people just jump onto the bandwagon and just start adding crazy reviews. This is exactly what that is, except it has to do with Brett
Anyway, anything else going on in everybody's life?
I'm trying to think of what I watched over the weekend because it seems like I watched something, but then I fell asleep during it. So
It's college football season, so that's all I'm doing on Saturdays. So.
And Chris, you're going to the football game on Thursday, right?
Yeah. So I meant to mention that to you guys. So this is the reunion.
Wait, so all old people better just don't get in your guys' way, right?
So
anybody with a walker or cane, stay away from Chris and his game.
So there's actually some pretty good quotes from the text string of the group I'm going with here. Let me see if I can find it really quick. So my friend Josh is the gentleman in question that started a little bit of a rumble last time we were there.
Punch an old guy.
And my other buddy Matt in the text string says, Josh, I just want to know, did you give me the seat where Mr. Rogers turns around and punches breaking my glasses? Or did you take that seat again this year?
Also, the guy might have like season tickets.
Right, yeah.
Are you in the same spot? Are you in the same tickets?
I'm not even sure. So and then it continues on later on. It says one guy's like, hey, I'm bringing a cooler. I got this. I'm bringing all these different Trillium Bissell Finback beers, like all these crazy, draft beers. This guy goes, I'm bringing 24 Trilliums and 30 Bud Lights. I responded, I'm bringing an IV. And then Josh responds with, I'm bringing a second pair of glasses. So this is a bit of a reunion of that group from 2 years ago.
Who the Pats playing? Who they?
The Colts.
Colts. Oh, yeah, Colts.
Yeah. We just came off an ugly loss there against the Texans at home. So,
then on Friday night, I'm going to see Bill Burr. Crickets.
Bill Burr. I know the name.
Comedian.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got several Netflix shows there too, right? Like
he does. He's like almost like a weekly guest on Conan now. Like he's on that show all the time. Funny guy, super funny guy. He is a Boston area native as well.
Does Boston or outside of Boston?
He actually.
I don't believe anyone who says they're from Boston anymore. Sorry, Chris.
I know exactly.
You've ruined it for everybody.
Trust issues. Yeah.
Yep.
Jack, I think you would actually enjoy Bill Burr. So if you want to do a YouTube search on Bill Burr, you'll enjoy his stuff.
Been watching some Italian guy. What's his name? My wife found him. He's like Seinfeld a little bit.
Oh yeah, I know exactly. The doorbell.
I'm drawing a blank on his name though. He's hilarious.
So one of Bill Burr's most recent bits in the spotlight, when he has recently done a couple stand-ups talking about the Catholic Church, and he was on a live broadcast of something, and there was a woman on the show that looked over at him and says, "Hey, don't you think you took it a little too far with the Catholic Church?" And his response was, "Don't you think the Catholic Church took it a little too far?" It's a commercial. Like he's that type of like grittiness, and he doesn't give a damn, and he goes on rants. You'd be a good host to the show.
I will. Yeah, can we get him on the show?
Yeah, see what I can do. My buddy goes.
Nick is gone next week, right?
I am gone next
week.
Really?
Nick is gone next week.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's not like I'm here anyway.
Where are you going, Nick?
No, I mean, I'm going to Iceland, but I'm saying I rarely get a word in anyway, so.
What? I have not interrupted you once today.
I'm kidding.
The whole first half of the show was like Nick.
Really?
It was like the diary of Nick's life.
Did I say something? What did I say?
It was like blah, 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 blah. You got to sing your song now. And it's just like, we're just waiting for that to get done with. Anyway, so you're going to Iceland on my birthday. Congratulations. I hope you have a safe trip out there.
Thank you. Never been.
Now, what are you going to Iceland for? Just to
go. You know, like I try to go somewhere in the world at least once a year. And so
you're going to be so tan.
I know, exactly. I will blend right in with everyone. Like, Nick, take that photo next behind that iceberg right there, or the glacier right there. I can't see you at all.
CFJ's problem.
Exactly. Well, you've seen me. Like last year I went to India, so this year's Iceland. I've been mostly over Europe.
Just knocking off the eye countries. There's
All
a
the
lot
eyes.
there.
All the eyes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Where's the next one after Iceland? What's the?
I don't know. Like we usually, sometimes I go by myself.
Italy.
Sometimes I go with a group. I've been to Italy.
Are you going with your mom?
It's gonna be Iran. It's the next one.
Oh, okay.
What?
You're going with your mom?
Yeah, Mom wanted to come this year. Like she usually comes with me. Let's say 80% of the time.
Can you videotape it? You and your mom out, and we can post it on our YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Just not the whole thing, just different clips, and might be interesting.
I'll film some stuff, sure.
All right,
And take some photos.
all right,
Mom going through customs.
yeah.
Be sure to hide like a mask inside.
Yeah,
her.
I'm gonna put.
You gotta pull a jack and like put something in her backpack so that
I was thinking I put-
TSA.
I'm gonna put some dog biscuits in there. That way, dogs go ape shit when they. Oh, my son, he's such a kidder.
I don't know this woman.
I don't know who she is.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This lady told me to hold some stuff for her. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I mean, we have a hoot. We'll see.
Well, if you're gonna have a hoot, you got to film it.
Yeah. Well, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. It just depends on the mood. I hadn't texted her or called her in probably 6 days the other day, and she texted me yesterday and said, "Are you mad at me?" And I was like, "Why would I be mad at you? I shouldn't heard from you." Okay, Mom. Aw. That's just the way she is. I'm a bad.
I think all parents are like that. They just want to hear from their kids once in a while.
I'm like I'm not phone guy, so I'm bad. My wife would go, "You haven't called your mom in a while." I go, "I know."
So
I was
showing you guys the text that I got from my mom today.
This is your mother speaking.
I didn't really see how are things going?
It says, "Hey Chris, this is your mother speaking. Smiley face, smiley face. How are things going?" I haven't texted her in a few days with the whole house situation.
But she just wants to know.
She
Yeah,
does.
my mom, anytime there's a storm or something bad weather, "Are you guys okay?" I mean, I'm not even talking the hurricane. I go, "Storm?" I go, "What storm?" "Oh, yeah, we got some rain." But it's just, But she watches the Weather Channel, and anytime they say, "There's a storm going through North Carolina," I go, "I know North Carolina's not California as far as, size, but it literally, it's because North Carolina is weird. I'm sure it's the same way up the East Coast. But in San Diego, if it's raining any part of San Diego, it's raining all over San Diego. Literally, we can be at the store. It's pouring down rain. I go, "Oh, crap, I left that out. You get home 2 miles out, and it's dry because it didn't rain in our house. I've even had it where it's raining in the vacant lot next to us, and not in our. I go, I hear the rain, but it's not raining on our property. So if there's a big storm, it's probably not coming. I'll let you know.
Nice.
I'll let you know if there's a bad storm.
That reminds me when I was out at Red Rocks in Colorado, and we're on this chartered school bus that was designed to allow people to get to the concert, to participate in the activities they want to participate in without having to worry about driving. And we're driving in this bus all the way up to Red Rocks Reservation, and fairly well tuned up before we even got there. And I'll never forget it. It was torrential downpour in my window, like right to the right of my head. Now, granted, I'm pretty well prepared for this show, and I'm like, "Whoa, it's really coming down." I'm like, "Damn!" And I look over to the left, and it was the most beautiful sunny day I've ever seen. And I'm like, "Whoa, what's going on? Is this real?" Like, is this real life? And my buddy sitting next to me confirmed that I wasn't going crazy. He's like, "Oh my god!" It's like it looked like it was like in the middle of a monsoon, and it was completely another day to the left of us.
Wow.
Definitely. I was at a heightened awareness for sure, but at the same time, it was quite incredible. And then once we got there, it was like never ever rained.
Or maybe it was raining all around you.
Mentos.
And, there's a scene not exactly. There's a scene like that in Magical Mystery Tour. I don't know if you ever saw that movie, The Beatles. It's not that good. I don't actually recommend watching it.
Oh, come on. Don't you want to see the spaghetti eating scene?
No, I don't.
Okay.
The one time is enough.
All
but
right.
but there's a scene like that, Chris, where they're on the bus and the driver, the narrator, the guide, whatever, is like, if you look to your left, you'll see the English countryside. It's rather boring. It's all black and white and nothing there. And he goes, but if you look to your right, then all of a sudden it just goes like huge colors and trippy and everything. You're just like,
yeah. It's literally the moment I had in that bus. It was actually it was really cool.
But no spaghetti, right?
No spaghetti.
Don't you remember like the spaghetti eating scene? John Lennon's like feeding it to this large woman.
I do. Yeah,
it's been a while since I've seen
that was out of a dream. He put that in last minute. He dreamed that the night before and said, "I had this really neat scene where I was feeding spaghetti to this large woman and just force fed her spaghetti. I want to put it in the movie." And Paul was like, "All right, let's do it." And that's why it's so freaking weird.
Yeah, it's a shame why Brian Epstein couldn't have just lived a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm. To say no to that.
No, because I don't know, you needed an editor.
Oh, we did lose Jack. Yeah.
He went back to the island.
There he is. He's back.
There he is.
I was checking if we have a phone call.
Oh.
But since I don't have my mixer, I can read it because it has the text.
Who would call us?
You ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, guy, love your pizza talk on the last Ramblecast. It says Rambo, but it sure is Ramblecast.
Hey, leave me alone. I just want to live my life. They drew first blood, not me.
I just want a pizza.
I help with selling cheeseburgers. I would think if it would be a regular of what state you have. Mushrooms, cheese, ground beef, pickles, ketchup, bacon basically put on a cheeseburger. Oh, and yes, pickles. Where would have made a real difference was actually good. In fact, he was good. He was so good at starting making him. I'm reading the text because it's not going to be the actual.
Yeah, Google Translate for these voicemails, not great.
Yeah, so I'm doing the best I can here. He was so good at starting making him at home, and everybody, I've given them to love them. By the way, this is John from Houston. Well, thanks, John.
Hey, John.
I think he was talking about making pizzas at home.
I think so,
Yes.
but I couldn't play the message because my mixer has died. So I can't play any phone calls.
But you got a camera this episode, so that's good.
There you go.
Yeah.
We can see you.
Yeah, that's perfect for everybody.
They said John from Houston.
John from Houston.
Thanks for the call, John
Thanks for
from
the call.
Houston.
And I know I didn't do it justice because I know the words are not exactly. What was that podcast I used to listen to? They used to do a segment, Google Chat. It was Adam and
The Randonopoulos show.
that's what it was, yeah. And they used to do that segment where they would read different. They'd play the message and then read what it actually was, something like that.
That's right.
Well, John from Houston for calling in, and I don't think we have a review this week.
That's actually what I was just looking at. Yeah, we don't. We do not.
So, John from Houston, you get this amazing drawing.
Oh, that is amazing.
This is further than what the others have gotten. Don't tell them, okay? But it says everything checks out. So, John from Houston, if you are on Facebook, you can either message myself.
I can send him a message if he's not.
Or you can also send it to Jack too. So for anybody that isn't friends with me and you just want to send it to Jack, Jack can always get.
Well, I'll just reply to his email. Well, I guess I can't reply to his email.
Well, John from Houston,
Never mind.
any old John from Houston will work. Next week I'll have another drawing because I just randomly draw stuff.
I saw Jess was complaining that she sent a 5-star review and
a couple people, yeah.
and she feels like she was cheated. Too bad. Go eat some cheese.
Yeah. I mean, Jess, Jack, and Jay both signed your arm. I think you've gotten plenty from them.
That is enough.
Yeah.
But you have second class cheese in Wisconsin. Just eat that.
Yeah.
I do think, Matt, that we have to commission you to write your artist's interpretation of.
Okay, all right. That'll be some homework here for me. Let me see if I can figure that out. My interpretation.
Your interpretation of the Devil's Triangle.
Wait till that comes out 20 years later.
Running with the devil.
I finished Ozark, season 2.
I haven't started that yet.
Yeah, no,
Watch.
I tried watching The Good Place, and I fell asleep in 5 minutes.
What?
Yeah. Maybe I'll give it another shot.
The first episode?
Yeah.
Really?
Aww.
Matt and I will have to disagree with that.
I'll try it again.
Does anybody watch Sierra Burgess is a Loser?
Who?
It's a show on Netflix, and I was just looking at something that popped up on Facebook today. It was like shows you should give a chance, shows that you should pass on, And there's a Netflix called Sierra Burgess is a Loser. And it started
the one with the girl from Stranger Things?
Yes. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I should give it a shot. Because then the next one was Manifest, which said pass. Imagine Lost and This Is Us, but only the worst parts. I was like, oh.
I did
that
watch.
Was a review?
That was a review, yeah.
So 11 from Stranger Things is on.
No, it's Barb.
No, not 11.
Oh, Barb. Oh, Barb.
Yeah. The ginger with the glasses that.
The one everyone forgot about.
Yeah, that one.
She's my best friend. That's okay. She died.
Yeah.
I can't figure out how this Devil's Triangle thing works. Really confused by.
For those not seeing this at home, which is everyone.
No. If you watch the video, you will see this.
Oh my god, that took 45 seconds to get Matt's interpretation.
It's like a recycled symbol, but worse.
That's interesting. That is.
Oh wait! They're making eye contact.
The best part is you can rotate that picture in any direction and it still works.
There's 3 people in there somewhere. Jessica, if you want the Devil's Triangle, it's all yours.
Yeah, send it to Jessica.
but you have to get it framed.
Yes.
I have. It's funny too because I also have some.
I meant for next week. You got that out in 40 seconds.
I can work on a better one, guys. I mean, I'll figure it out. The body's got to fit together in a better way to make one of these triangles work.
Artist, and I thought it was great. I'd go with what you have.
Well, I think I lost a hand in there somewhere, but maybe it's up somewhere.
Probably
German triangle.
Yeah.
You can see I was trying to start with the letter A, and then I assume that's involved in the triangle.
Oh my god!
Anyway,
I heard Matt can never teach again.
I can never teach again. This is ancient secret stuff.
Oh my god!
Speaking of teaching, that is what I have to do in the morning, which is why I have to split soon.
All right.
I'm going to turn into a pumpkin. Or 42 years old this year. So.
42. Wow.
42, yep. So,
all right.
Whew.
Man.
Get your Devil's Triangle here.
So get your 5-star reviews in for next week. So you get. Oh, we're giving it to Jessica, right?
Yeah, we'll go. Yeah, if Jessica, you wanted to draw him,
she gets it. So John gets the credit card machine.
Sorry, John. Yeah, you worked really hard for this. I worked really hard for that one, and Jessica just gets the 45-second one.
Jessica, it's worth it.
And you sign them too, right, Matt?
I do. Yes, I do.
I wouldn't sign.
No. And just think this way. Just think this way, too. If you're getting the original artwork from Matt, he is turning 42. That's getting up there. So,
Judge, I need to present Exhibit A. It's actually in the shape of an A.
That could be our Urban Dictionary entries. Like, what is a Devil's Triangle? It is an original piece of art by Matt.
Can you upload an image to Urban Dictionary?
Probably. Why not?
It's a good one to find out.
I don't know.
As Chris finds that out. And you know what time of year it is? It's turned October, and I'm just going to give Jack's spiel here for a second. It's Halloween season. You got to get your costume. You're going to be on Amazon at some point looking for some rando kind of piece of like thing for your Halloween outfit. I've had the Han Solo holster in my cart for a little bit. I'm ready to pull the trigger on it, but maybe not. Maybe I won't go as Han Solo. I don't know. But if you're buying through Amazon, though, think about Jay and Jack. And a little bit goes our way. You can go to, Amazon.com/Jay and Jack.
Sure.
And if you can't find it that way, you can always go to jayandjack.com. They have a link there. And I do what Chris does. I have a little link for it on my phone. So I can just I have the Amazon app, but when I'm ready to make that purchase, I just go to the shortcut on my phone and log in through that so that Jay and Jack get the extra points. So
nice.
There you go.
Yeah,
And it's been 13 years. We can celebrate. Everyone listening can go shop Amazon. That'd be a nice celebration.
Celebrate
Right?
good times. Yeah.
I'm going dressed as a Devil's Triangle. That's my costume.
It's gonna be popular.
I mean, how many people are going to go as the Devil's Triangle?
As many people as Hanging Chad.
Yeah, this is true.
Also, you're going to help support the show by being a patron. Go to patreon.com/JayandJack, or just go to jayandjack.com, click on the little button, become a patron. Every little bit helps. This time I'm going to thank 5 patrons. We thank all our patrons, but I'm going to thank 5 this time. Tack from Tokyo, Eckhart Rickner Glaffelder, who loves to make fun of Nick.
Yeah, he does.
I think because Jay's no longer on the show because Jay was his whipping boy. He didn't like Jay, but maybe a lot of people don't like Jay. Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with a Plan, and Ed, the creepy letter carrier. Thanks for doing what you're doing. Thanks for supplying all those stamps over the years. We really appreciate it. And that's all I got. Hasta luego. And Nick, have a safe trip.
Yeah, I'll see you on a
Safe
couple
travels, Nick. Good to see you guys.
Great show, guys. It's one in a Devil's Triangle.
Bye.
weeks. See ya.